One last question. I mean, someone told me that it's also working on Sony Ericsson.
No, not right now. Not at the moment.
A person using Sony Ericsson told me that he is an Airtel subscriber. So
I mean, they must have done some kind of a hack trying to work with it, but well, officially it's only available. I mean, it's tested, commercially released only on Nokia phones today. Okay, I have not seen it running on Sony Ericsson. So if I haven't, that user must have really done some. I would like to talk to. Yeah. Any questions for our partners in India? Anybody? Yes.
I'm not very clear about the feature. So whenever you receive or send an SMS, would you get some kind of option automatically?
Okay.
And I think you have emphasized that the advertising will be non-intrusive.
I'll explain it. See, today, if you look at mobile advertising today, I'm sure a lot of you would have experienced this, and I'll let some of our partners talk as well, that let's say when you land in a new country, you see a lot of messages coming in, like there's some promotion here, promotion there. It's actually spam in a way, right? It's just sending you messages, you don't really want them, and then there are government regulations towards that to control it. You agree? Now in SMS2, we believe in giving complete opt-in, complete personalization of what the user wants. So if I have SMS2, first of all, the user has the option to specify what they want. Once they have specified that, SMS2 at the bottom of the screen and at the end of the message only delivers that relevant message to you. So let's say if you like jokes, if you like news, it will only give you those kind of messages. So the user is completely personalizing that experience. We call it non-intrusive because the user is doing what they wanted to do. If I wanted to go and send a message, I just go and send a message. If I wanted to read a message, I just go and read a message. So I'm not, like SMS2 doesn't stop the user or force them to go and see a particular content or ad. It doesn't do that. It blends perfectly in the existing consumer experience, and therefore it is non-intrusive. And most importantly, I don't want to be a judge of that. I let our consumers be the judge of it. And they have found it non-intrusive, and therefore I would say it is non-intrusive. Yeah, please.
Okay, I mean, from our perspective, when we look at our clients and their target audience and reaching them, it's all about the different touch points. And in Asia Pacific, all of our clients ask about mobile and what should we be doing with mobile. The reality is, until today, the killer app has just been SMS. But SMS and your mobile phone and the way you use it is very different to, say, email. It's a very personal device. So just sending you messages, a lot of it is spam. What this could provide you with is not only contextual relevancy, but also what you want to see. So if you're searching for that restaurant in Clarke Quay and an ad comes down at the bottom, which is a restaurant which is in Clarke Quay, and it may be a type of food that you like, then that fits nicely. We're not in any way irritating you. It's a nice user experience and it's useful to you. So it's that perfect marketing opportunity.
Thank you. Neil, would you like to share anything on that from the consumer's point of view?
Yeah, I mean, I think Singapore's taken some steps in that direction from the regulatory point of view already. So spam SMS have been prohibited unless you opt into them. And if you do get spam, anyone that does send it has to be able to, the customer can opt out of it immediately and say no more, please. But yeah, I mean, our point of view is that just simply SMSing doesn't seem to work very well. Consumers don't like it. Really, most of the mobile advertising to date has been done by mobile operators, and it's the revenue from it's not that huge, just less than $1 billion globally. But I think this can really change things because consumers won't find it annoying and won't want to get out of it. And that's what we found with our quite extensive trials here, and I think we heard from Bharti that they've found very similar things in India. So that's a very oversubscribed market here and a growing market in India, both coming back with the same results, that it's not intrusive and customers will accept it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Neil. I'd just like to call Sanjay to maybe share some perspective on this as well. Sanjay, I heard that at Bharti there were some interesting statistics of the consumer response from the call center on some percentage of what kind of calls are favorable and so on. Maybe you could give us some insights into that.
That's right, right, Anuj. I think first thing is the control is in consumer hand in this case, and that's what I think really makes this service non-intrusive. we did a lot of work with consumers to understand their feedback. More than 95% of consumers can come back and ask queries on what more can they do with the service. So overall, the reaction has been extremely positive with no negative comments on it being intrusive at all. So as I think all of you said, this is power to consumer to decide what he or she wants. If she decides or he decides not to get it, they have an option not to get it. I think that's working brilliantly for us in India and in Delhi.
Well, yeah. I hope that answers your question to some extent. There'll be one interviews later, so you can ask more questions on that, and we'll be happy to answer. Any other questions, please? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Leah, and I'm from Media Magazine. I have a question for Alice. Just wanted to find out, are there any Group M advertisers who have already signed up for this project? And if this will actually clash with the Mindshare Singtel push email project that was launched last week?
There's no clash at all. No clash at all. And I'm looking over at Jeffrey Sear right then. And in India, I think I mentioned before, we've already got quite a few clients who have been using the service successfully, from ICICI Bank to Hindustan Petroleum. There's a full range of them. We're looking at the rollout now, market by market, across the region. Some will have greater priority, obviously, than others. And identifying across those markets the key clients which have that natural fit and affinity for it. There has been a lot of interest from clients, again, because of that lack to date of being able to provide clients with a really strong mobile strategy and strong mobile touch points.
In Singapore, since your question also touched upon Singtel somewhere, I think in Singapore we have had some pretty good client traction as well, like Procter & Gamble, Coke, and they were mentioned in the press releases that happened together with M1, OMD, and our partners as well. So the media agency for M1 in Singapore is OMD. They are also a partner with us for Singapore. There were quite a few advertisers who were on board in the pilot that we did here successfully. And they have, we could have had them here as well today, but that would have been too big a forum. So, so we've had a lot of success here, and I think it is a very complementing initiative. It's not conflicting, because what SMS2 is doing, I don't think there's any other service in the industry in Singapore, India, or even beyond that could be comparable. There isn't any, so I don't see this as a conflict. Any other questions from the... Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Bernard from Mobile World Magazine Malaysia.
Hi, Bernard.
I'd just like to ask you, you mentioned customization on the contents that the user wants. So how does SMS 2.0 actually gets the contents that are relevant?
Right. I'll just give a brief background to that, and then I'll forward that question to Dinesh because he's the authority on the contents matter. As far as SMS2 as a product is concerned, we give the power to the consumer to give their profile, their interests to us. So the consumer can select which categories of content they like, and SMS2 has the capability to then channel that. Now, I will let Dinesh give you some insights into how content is targeted to different consumer segments, what kind of categories and so on. Dinesh, if you could answer that question.